Critical race theory is not taught in elementary schools or middle schools or high schools.
Jeff, that's great news. I thought it was. I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, this is what you call being factual, but also dishonest. Because technically, they're not going into classrooms saying, okay, kids, open up your critical race theory book. They're not teaching the actual theory, but they're teaching elements that are inspired by the theory. There are plenty of concepts that are being taught in diversity trainings in these schools that are being taught to kids that come directly from critical race theory. Like, for example, you take the concept of whiteness. There are plenty of news stories about these teachers teaching about how whiteness is so horrible. Well, guess where that comes from? That comes from critical race theory, and I know because I've read their material. I have plenty of examples. I put together 2 spreadsheets of news stories talking about these things being taught in these classrooms so that people like Randi Weingarten can't lie about it anymore. There are way too many examples of this going on for them to say that it's not happening.
Kira, no matter the color of the parent, I have yet to talk to one who likes their children being taught this stuff. So if the parents aren't the ones pushing this racial division crap, who is? Because I've never talked to a parent, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, not one. And I talked to a lot of them who's excited about this. They're all mad. So who's pushing this and why?
Well, these are just like with the sex ed curriculum. These are outside activist organizations who boom. Now that they're experiencing a boom from the CRT explosion led by Ibram X. Kendi and Robin DiAngelo, there's a whole industry that's cropped up around it. They make a lot of money. We're talking a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, selling these training sessions to teachers unions. So it's activist groups combining with teachers unions, and both are very, very powerful. And guess who's not very powerful right now? Parents. So we haven't been able to push back against it. We didn't see it coming, and then when we did notice, it was really too late for us to really push back against it and make sure that it didn't infiltrate our schools. Of course, Jesse, as you know, we're seeing a pushback now. People like me across the country are running for our school boards. I'll tell you what, I went to my school board meeting last night, and our school board is actually considering bringing back this mask mandate after all of this. And parents, I know, it's just ridiculous, and they would not commit to writing a mask choice resolution, even though that would be easy, because they know the unions are probably going to push them come the fall. So this is what we're up against. And it's time for parents to stand up, because the activist organizations aren't stopping, and they're flush with cash and they're flush with power. And you combine that with the cash and power of the teachers unions, it seems almost impossible. But I'll tell you what I did see last night at my school board meeting, Jesse. I broke a story about a student that had some trouble regarding a CRT-related issue. You can find that story at redstate.com or find it on my Twitter at RealKiraDavis. I wrote a story about that. The lawyer who represented the mom in the story actually served the school board at the school board meeting with papers. They are getting sued. And that lawyer, he flew in from Phoenix to show up and hand deliver those papers in the middle of the school board meeting. And there were parents there who were shocked, but afterwards I talked to parents and they were thrilled because they feel powerless, but suddenly they are realizing, we're all realizing that if we stand up together, we actually do have power. One parent said last night, I don't need your school, but you need my kids. And that's the attitude that we need to go out there with.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, Che Guevara, the latest episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.